Imagine you wake up on a Monday morning, open your laptop, and your work has already been done for you by Claude. Well, this is now a reality thanks to Claude Routines. In this video, I'm going to show you what Claude Routines are, how you can build them, and how they can completely boost your productivity and help you in your business, side project, or in your main job. Even if you have zero experience in programming, even if you have zero technical background, and even if you are new to AI and tools like Claude. So without any further ado, let's jump right into it, guys. So to begin with, what exactly are routines? Well, from a non-technical standpoint, just think of a set of repeatable instructions that Claude can execute by itself. So let's imagine that in your job, you have a task that you have to complete every week or every day. For example, let's imagine every Friday you need to do some reporting. Imagine that you have a Slack channel, for instance, with all the sales reps from your company, and you need to aggregate all of their sales, all of the opportunities that they've won, and all the opportunities that are in follow-up, for instance. Well, since this is a repeatable task, you always do the same thing. You access Slack, you check the specific Slack channel, you check all the updates from the week, you update all the revenue, you add up all the opportunities that are won, and you add up all the opportunities in follow-up, and then you paste it in a specific format, let's imagine in a Google Doc, and send it to your boss. This is a repeatable pattern. So you can teach Claude to actually execute this for you. And yes, it can execute it in external applications, meaning that Claude would be capable of accessing your Slack application, then entering into the specific Slack channel, reading all the messages, finding only those that are relevant to this particular case study, adding up all those figures, then opening your Google Docs or Word or whatever it is you use, updating all the figures, and then sending an email to your boss with that report. And that is exactly what we're going to be learning in this video and what Claude Routines are. And this is a game changer because in the past, if you were using ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, whichever tool you preferred using, they were very efficient, but they were kind of like a co-pilot. You were still steering the wheel, and you had your co-pilot helping you out. This changes everything completely because in the past, you would say, hey, I want to write an email. You had to be there to explain your prompt, explain the context. Then ChatGPT or Claude would write that email, and then you would copy it, paste it into your Gmail, and send it. This now changes because now you teach the tool how to do it and it executes it by itself. Even if you're not there to actually pull the trigger, you can set it up so it does it by itself, meaning that you now change seats and you have Claude in the driver's seat and you are in the co-pilot seat. Now, before we jump into the practical example, I want to explain to you the 3 different components that need to be present in order for us to create a routine. Number 1, we need an SOP, a standard operating procedure. Like we said, a routine is a set of repeatable instructions. So we need to give a very specific number of steps, very well explained on how a process is conducted. This is because, like I said, the AI tool, in this case Claude, is going to be executing it without our supervision or without us needing to guide it through it. So if our instructions are not clear, it's not going to do a good job. So number 1 is an SOP in the format of a prompt. Number 2 is our connectors. Think of it as the applications that we need to connect to Claude in order for Claude to do our work. In the previous example, we talked about Slack, we talked about Gmail, we talked about Google Docs, but it could be anything else, right? Instead of Slack, it could be Messenger, it could be SharePoint instead of Google Drive, and it could be Word instead of Google Docs. We need to give permission and we need to connect these applications to Claude, which is very easy to do. Don't worry, we're going to be doing it live in just a second. Like I said, no need for any technical background to do this. And this is what's going to allow the routines to actually execute in external applications. And then number 3, we need a trigger. How exactly do we set it up so that this automation takes place? Now, when it comes to triggers, we have 3 different types. Number 1, we have a schedule, meaning that you schedule it so that every day or every X amount of days or on the last day of the month at a certain time, something executes. So you just schedule it. Number 2 is what's called a webhook. A certain event occurs somewhere else, and that is the trigger. So for example, when I receive a message in this channel, then that is going to be the webhook that we're going to use to trigger the automation. And then there's a third way, which is a bit more technical, nothing crazy. It's just an API. When a certain event occurs, the API makes a call and that triggers the routine. In this case, to keep it as simple and non-technical as possible, we're going to be focusing on a schedule trigger. So now that you understand what this is and how it works, we're going to build it together. So let's jump right into the live practice. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our browser and we're just going to search for Claude and we're just going to click and sign in. Once we are within Claude, we're going to open our sidebar here on the left-hand side, and we're going to go to the code section. And you're going to see it's going to open an external window. Here it is, Claude Code. And here we're just going to click on routines, which is where we're going to be working on. Up to this point, nothing crazy. We're going to now click on new routine because we're going to be building our own. But also keep in mind, guys, that we could use a template. You can see here we have one for, let's zoom in, we have one for briefing, so summary of your calendar, emails and messages, very practical. Email triage, categorize and prioritize your inbox with draft responses. Issue triage, review and categorize incoming issues, bugs, etc. System health check, monitor infrastructure and services. You can see that even if, let's imagine you find this video interesting, but you don't have any ideas of what you could do, you could use these templates. In my case, I bring my own example, so we're going to be building it from scratch. And we're just going to click here on new routine. Perfect. Now we're going to add a name to this, and I'm going to give you my practical example, and then we're going to build it. In my case, as you guys know, with Infiniteia, we have an education business. We help non-technical students understand and apply AI in their jobs so they can be more productive and get better work opportunities and just grow professionally. So something that we do is we send a weekly newsletter. So it would be very convenient for me if I could have a routine that helps me research the content and draft that newsletter so that every week part of the work is already done for me. So that's exactly what we're going to be building. In this case, we're going to start by adding a name. Now, the name is nothing crazy. It's not too important because it's not going to affect the routine itself. The name is just for me, for my organization. Right now, you see we don't have any routines, but imagine you end up having 15. It's important to have a good name to organize them all. So I'm going to call this AI newsletter, and then the name of the company. Okay. Now, like I told you guys, the first step that we're going to need to do is instructions, or like I said, an SOP. So you need a very detailed SOP. Here in my case, we can find my instructions right here. I'm going to go quickly through it, but I gave it all the process it needs to do. I said that basically we're going to be sending a weekly newsletter every Sunday at 6 p.m. I want it to execute this. I went step by step. So I said that first it's going to conduct research, and we explained how to do it. Then it's going to curate the sources to end up with the 5 to 7 most relevant ones. We gave it very specific instructions. Then I asked it to access my Google Drive, find the folder called Newsletter Routine, and there it's going to create a new document, and they're going to call it Weekly AI Pulse plus the date. I gave specific structure, and then I said I wanted to access my Gmail and go to my drafts and prepare a draft letting us know that this newsletter has been drafted. I don't want the email to be sent. I only want it to be drafted. And then here is our company regular email. So I just said, hey, I want you to address it to them because that's who we're going to be sending it to. Okay, so you can see there's also some rules. The email length should be between 400 and 600 words. That's it. So it's nothing extremely complex. It's just very specific step by step. So number one, you research, then you curate, then you create a document, then you explain everything in an email and you leave it in drafts. Everything is explained. Then also, by the way, you can use here the dictate function. So if you don't want to write this prompt, you could just, as it says here, press and hold to record. And then here you can pick which model you want to use. Now remember, the more advanced model you pick, for example, Opus 4.7 would now be the most advanced, you're going to be consuming more of your credits and tokens. So you want to decide, depending on the complexity of the task, in this case, it's nothing crazy. We're just doing a bit of research and writing a newsletter. We're going to use a simple model, which is still very good, such as Sonnet 4.6. Now, once we're done with the instructions, the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to add a trigger, okay? And in this case, we're going to be scheduling. So I'm going to click schedule. And you can see we can do it once, hourly, daily, weekdays, weekly, or custom. In my case, I'm going to go with weekly. And I said that this is going to execute on Sunday, and we're going to execute at 6 p.m. So let me just open up here all the options. There we go. Military time. So that would be 18, which is 6 p.m. Perfect. You could also add another trigger, which is actually something that we're going to see later on. But for now, we're just going to leave it as is. Then the third ingredient necessary was our connectors. Okay, now the next thing that we're going to do, we've added a Google Drive. In this case, we're going to add another connector. But something that might happen is what you're seeing right now, which is there are no more connectors available. Why is this? Because you have to connect your connectors outside of the routine. I'm going to show you now in a second. It's not complex. You're going to go back to your previous tab. So here in the main Claude interface, we're going to go again to code. I'm going to click on it right there. And here you're going to go to customize. Remember, we went to routines before, and here's where you're going to find your connectors. We're going to click on connectors, and here is where you're going to click on the plus. And you would search for, in this case, Gmail. Let's imagine. Okay, Gmail, here we go. And we're going to click here on the plus. Okay. Now it's going to ask you to authenticate. So you're going to pick which Gmail account you want to use, and you're just going to log in. You're going to have to do this with every single application that you want to connect. You obviously need to give permission. You have to log in and prove that you actually own the account so that you can connect it, okay? So we're just gonna cut the video here, and once it's connected, we'll come back. Okay, as you can see, we already have Gmail and Google Drive connected, so now we can go back into our routine that we were setting up, and let's see if it's refreshed. Okay, that's fine. We're just going to quickly create this, and then we'll edit it to refresh it. Ideally, you'd want to do this before creating your routine, but if not, let's see. It's fine. We're going to refresh, and we'll come back once it has refreshed. Okay, there we go. It's now refreshed. We're just going to add here Gmail, and now we have Google Drive and Gmail, which is exactly what we wanted to. So we have our name, our instructions, we have our trigger, and our two connectors, which are Google Drive and Gmail, which is all we're going to need for this right here. Perfect. We're going to save it, and we're going to do a quick test. We're going to run it now. But before we do, I just want to show you two things. Number one, this is the email address I've connected it to, and I'm just going to go to my drafts, just so you can see that there are no drafts here. And I'm also going to go into my Google Drive folder, and this is the folder I created, newsletter routine. You can see it's empty. We're going to run it, and now we should see these documents and the draft populate right here. So let's run right now. And the workflow started. Okay, so you're going to start seeing the entire process today at 11:49 a.m., which is correct. That is the exact time right now. And we're just going to let it work. So it's going to start doing its research. It's going to start doing the curation. It's going to create a document and then the draft. This could take a few minutes, and we won't need to be here per se. Like I said, we could schedule this, and this is going to happen without us being in front of the computer, because this does not run locally on our computer. This is running on Anthropic's server, okay? So we're going to cut it here just so you guys don't have to wait, and we'll come back once it's ready. Okay, guys, it's finally ready. I had to do a second run, so I had to run it a second time just because I made a small change to the prompt. Nothing crazy, so I reran it at 11:55, and it took 2 minutes to execute this task. Okay, so first of all, if I now go into my drafts, right here, we're going to see that we do in fact have a draft created. And then if I go into my folder, we're going to see that we have a file made at 11:57. Let's open it up, and here we go. Weekly AI Pulse, May 20th of 2026. Now, this is today's date, so fantastic. Introduction. This week, two forces dominated the AI landscape. Perfect, so we have an introduction. And then we asked from 5 to 7 pieces of news. So number one here, Google turns Gemini into a personal AI agent. And here's the source. EU AI Act, very interesting. And here's the source. Spain stands firm on tough AI and social media rules. Okay, here's another source. Apple opens iOS 27 to Claude and Gemini. Fantastic. Source here. And then 5, 6, 7. So we can see we have everything drafted for what we need. With this, we could build our newsletter. This is done already, a big part of the work for us. And then if we go into drafts, we can see it's addressed to the correct email address as we stated. And then once again, here is the content as well through an email to report everything that we have found and discussed. Okay, and this was done in just 2 minutes. Now, guys, we could come and edit, by the way, our our routine anytime. So I could just click here on edit, and I could add, for example, like I said, another trigger. For instance, I could have 2 triggers. One would be that it happens always at 6 p.m. And then I could connect an API if you know how to work with them. And for instance, when a form is submitted, or when your CRM is updated and opportunities move to close one, or whatever it is, that triggers the API and it makes a call so that this executes. Okay, so you can have multiple triggers as well in here, and you can edit the prompt and anything that you want. So guys, as you've seen, the potential here is huge, because if you realize that there's 2 different things happening here. Number one, tools like Claude, and you can also do this in GPT. We have actually made a video with this. If you're a ChatGPT user, you can check it out in our channel. Same thing, it's called workflows, and you can use them. Now, like I was saying, it's changed because in the past, these tools, they would just execute the task, but then you would need to then copy, paste it, take it to another app. You'd have to bring all the information here, take it there. Now it's executed by itself. So that's number one. This tool is a lot more capable now, and it can work for you. But then also what's super interesting is automations already existed in the past. The thing is that you had to be much more technical to execute them. You had to use applications like make.com and N8N. And these tools were not just more technical, but you had to connect every single node. You had to connect every single application, every single node, document every single step of the way. And now you just make a prompt in plain simple English, you connect your applications just by logging in, you set a trigger, and in about 10 minutes, we've just automated a task that takes this company about 3 hours per week to be done. And it can now be executed every single Monday non-stop. Now, before we end the video, I do want to give a disclaimer that there are 3 negative things, 3 limitations, let's say, when it comes to routines. Number one is that there is a limit. So it depends on the plan that you have. If you have the Pro plan, you have 5 uses per day. You can run 5 different routines per day. If you have the Max plan, you can do 15. And if you have the Enterprise plan, you can do 25. Limitation number 2 is that you also have a limit on daily triggers. And the trigger can only be set up for once per hour, so every 60 minutes. If you decide to do more than this, for example, via an API, you're going to get charged. And every time the API is called, you are going to be charged for it. So like I said, let's imagine that instead of having your trigger every day at 9 a.m., you have every time this form is submitted, and that form is submitted 5 times within an hour, you're going to be charged 5 times the number of tokens, the number of credits used in this API call. So that's another limitation you need to keep in mind. And then finally, limitation number 3 is that this runs on Anthropic server. It does not run on your local computer. So these servers have a lot of demand, and there are a lot of people running different things on them. Depending on the account you have, you might be delayed, you might not be prioritized, and it might be a bit slow. So this is also something you need to consider. Still, I think that these limitations are quite reasonable, and the potential here is huge. And like every single other AI tool, these limitations get better and better, and everything grows when it comes to AI. So these things are going to be much, much better in no time. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you see how big of a deal this is and how much productivity you can unlock by using routines in your day-to-day life. And just one final announcement before you close the video, and that is that if you want to continue learning about AI, Claude, routines, automations, and much, much more, we host a free weekly class. Yes, every week of the year we do a free class, and you can find all the information and sign up completely for free in the link that you're going to find in the description. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the classes. Take care, guys.